Okay, the pants. So these are the pants that I entered into the contest. This was the pattern. It's another Claire Schaefer design, Vogue 8652. It is a wide leg pant, couture sewing pant. Does not have a waistband, which I love about that. It's super comfortable and it's great for anybody with a belly. It has a lot of French techniques, like couture sewing techniques, including a hand-stitched zipper and a French fly, which I thought was really interesting. So that's why I chose this particular design. It's a very wide leg pant. As you can see, the legs are huge, and I personally absolutely love that. And this is what it looks like. So this is actually my second pair. I made one pair before this, just kind of try it out, see if I would like the pattern. In pink, you can see that in my other video about my makes of 2022. And I loved them so much that I made this other pair. This fabric is from Vogue Fabric Chicago. It's a wool gabardine, very fine wool gabardine. Passed the test, the wool test for the competition. The lining is not silk. I didn't spend the money to buy silk for these. I should have. Next time I will definitely buy silk lining for the pants. It is a partial lining. It only goes like to the knees. It's not a fully lined pant, which was one of the criticisms of the judges. I should have lined the entire pant instead of just having the partial lining. That's the way the pattern was designed, with the partial lining. And I kind of like the partial lining, to be honest. In our climate, at least, I don't need a fully lined pant, I don't think. And you really don't have a lot of stress lower than the knees. So you really don't need an entire lining in the pant. It's personal preference. So I love the waistband. It has, or lack of waistband. It has the pleats in the front, which is great for hiding a tummy. The fly is, like I said, the zipper's hand sewn and the fly is hand finished to the lining. So it's got a button inside. It's got this kind of large piece of fabric facing behind the zipper, which is nice because you don't get your clothes caught in the zipper. And then everything is stitched here by hand. And I really like that application. So criticisms from the judges on this garment were just two things. They thought that they didn't fit me very well. In all honesty, they were a little bit big. So I have lost 50 pounds this last year, and the time frame from when I started these projects until the end of the contest was more than 3 months. So I have lost at least 20 some pounds over the last few months of the contest. And yes, they were slightly big at the waist. However, I do think that they were kind of looking at the style. I love this huge leg. That's just personal preference. I love it. And not everyone does. A lot of people are used to the more tailored look that you're seeing now with the straighter legs, the leggings, whatnot. It's not my thing. I just prefer a big wide leg palazzo type pant style is just much more my thing. I think it balances my figure better since I'm heavy in the middle. If I have little skinny legs, I just look like a potato with legs. I look ridiculous. So anyway, personal preference with that. The other thing they thought I could have improved on was the pick stitch at the top of the pant. In all honesty, yes, I could have done that better. I did it over like 3 times. For whatever reason, I just couldn't make it work. I guess I need more practice in that area, but I did the best I could. They also said that the pick stitch should not show on the inside of the garment, which that's what the pattern directions said, and I have to go back and reread them because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering maybe I just misinterpreted what the directions were. I would be interested to go back and really look and see what that pattern says. The other thing that they commented on was the darts in the back. They felt were dimpling a bit. Y'all, I have no butt at all. Like, I have the flattest backside in the world, and I probably should have done more in the world of altering in the back to remove some of the fullness of the pattern. However, I deliberately decided not to because of the nature of this garment. It's supposed to be big. That's just what it is. And it isn't perfect, I guess, fit-wise in the back, but I still like it. I could have taken it in a little bit in the waist, maybe, but I don't think I would have really messed with the back a whole lot. The problem is with when you're doing darts and taking them in, the only way to do that is to make them longer. And technically, you're not supposed to have a back dart that's more than like 4 inches long. You're just not supposed to do it. So the only other thing to do would be to alter the pattern, do some flat pattern techniques before you cut the garment. At this point, it was way too late for me to do that. And I wanted to try someone else's design instead of doing my own. Anyway, in hindsight, next time I make these pants, I might make a few changes, but I still sort of like the way that they fit now. So that's it. Okay, so after the state competition, like I said, they mailed the garments back to me with the judges' comments. I had a little time to change a few things, and then it was sent back in for the national level of the competition. Now, the national judges are not the same people as do the state judging. They're somewhere else, and then they've chosen a winner in each state, and then they take the winners of those states and they send them on to the national level. So I didn't place at the national level, which is okay. I mean, I really am just thrilled to death that they loved my garments enough to place in the at-large division. That just made me so happy to feel like my work was appreciated and valued. And although it wasn't perfect and it was frustrating to do, I would certainly do that again. Prize-wise, the winner of the state divisions, or the at-large division, which I placed in, receives 3 yards of Pendleton wool fabric, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. And they do post pictures of your garments on their website, which I will link to that in the comments. You can get an idea of what that's all about. For the national division, first, they have some different categories for students with scholarships and stuff, and then they have a cash prize. I believe it's $500, and the winners will be going to, like the top placing garments will be going to San Antonio for a conference there. So it's absolutely worth it. It's super educational. It's great to meet people who appreciate sewing and understand sewing. And that whole experience has been really valuable. Makes me think that there's hope for us who are kind of out there lost without anyone to help us along, like little things. It's really valuable to have someone else look at your garments and tell you what you need to improve on, because sometimes you don't really think of that yourself. You have blinders on. You can't see the forest through the trees, kind of a thing. So that's been a really valuable experience. Getting a garment done on time, really pushing myself to see what I could do, has been really valuable. And yes, I would definitely do it again. I don't think I'm going to get to to win it 5 times like my roommate. However, probably not. But it's been a really great experience. And winning 3 yards of Pendleton fabric, oh my gosh, like how exciting is that? Now I can make something else. But it helps if you plan ahead. So the contest begins in January. So this is January 2023 when I'm making this video. The contest for next year, I believe the entries will begin to open. You print off the entry form on the Make It With Wool website for your state. So certain states have their own websites. I know for sure Wyoming, Illinois, Wisconsin, Utah, Texas, California are all like the biggest wool producing states that we have. Go to their website, do some Googling, find the form, and then you have to send in your fabric. So one of my issues with this whole project is my process was just way too late in the game. I didn't even send my fabric in until right before the deadline, which was in August. If you can send it in January, you'll be so much more ahead of time because you'll have 6 months or more to work on your garment. And if it doesn't turn out right, you can start again. Or you can fix problems. If I had that much time, I might have actually done a whole lot better in the competition. So give it a try. You'd be amazed. I would love to know if you have been part of the competition before. It's also a great place for kids to learn sewing skills. 4-H clubs and that kind of thing have submitted projects and done well, and the kids learn a lot from that as well. Like I said, they do have a scholarship program for students. They have an adult category, which I was in the adult category, and they have all kinds of great things. So it's a great process to learn. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and if you have tried the competition. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.